back home here at Lumen Field on my way up to the game right now. It's a lot going on today, a lot at stake, and a lot to be excited about, a lot of stuff to be nervous about. But the stuff I'm excited about, obviously, besides going to see the Seahawks play in person here back at home, is doing a little stuff pre-game that's going to be fun. Jamal Adams-Burner, what's up? I'm meeting up with Sam Dog. We are at Sam Dog. It is tradition he does every home game. He goes down by the tunnel and hypes up the players and gets down there right where they come out of the tunnel. And he's been inviting me for years to go down and join him. And finally today, we're gonna make it happen. So I'm gonna be joining Sam Dog at the entrance of the tunnel a couple hours before the game actually starts, and try to get some interactions with the players, the Seahawks, as they come out of the tunnel. So looking forward to that. Should be fun to watch Sam Dog and all the crazies down there. Try to get some hyped up action with the players. So looking forward to that. If you're at home watching the game is on Fox tonight. And if you watch the pregame show before the game, I believe that's between 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific time, you may catch a glimpse of me on national television. Hopefully, if everything goes as expected. We shot a little promo back at the Titans game, and they're going to be debuting that tonight. I'll be at the stadium, so I won't even see it. Recording it at home, looking forward to see how it turns out. But me with a few other recognizable fans will be appearing in that. So take a look at that on Fox. Meeting up with Mark Collins right before the game. Former KJR radio host Mike Gastineau, I think, will be also with him, sitting down his seat. So me and Pat will actually be finally sitting in our regular seats for the first time all season, because I've been in Mark's seats the preseason and that first game. So today I'll find out who I'm actually sitting next to. Hopefully that there'll be some cool people around me, because in the past, I don't know, people in the upper levels of 334, not exactly the nicest people. I don't know what the deal is. But, someone says it's laggy. Well, I hope it's not too bad. Anyway, as far as this game is, so the game itself, one other thing I wanted to tell you guys about. So I'm excited. We will finally be having our first roundtable. Roundtable is returning. Roundtable returns. Thank you, it's good now. All right, appreciate that. The roundtable returns tomorrow night. We haven't done one really all regular season yet, and I'm excited to bring it back tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern time. So we will be breaking down this game and talking about what we watched and the state of the Seahawks as we see it. So join me tomorrow and the rest of the gang on the roundtable tomorrow evening. All right, so for tonight, this is so much at stake. Obviously, if having connectivity issues. If we lose, well, that's just going to increase the gap between the top of the division and the bottom of it. So we definitely want to be on the top side of things. How can we get this win? What's it going to take? You can chime in with your comments and what you think the keys are. I talked about it with Daniel Dovin yesterday as our breakdown of this game. I said my 3 keys were: got to dominate the turnover battle. We got to get the running game really rolling, not just sticking to it, but making it productive. And we got to somehow slow down Cooper Kupp. I still believe those keys are in effect, but it's going to be a little bit different now that the injury report came out. When I did our show yesterday, I did not have the latest information. Now, seeing that D. Eskridge is out, which really sucks, but a couple of the guys who I thought might be out looks like are in, like Darrell Taylor, Carlos Dunlap. I don't know how healthy they are. They are not on the injured list being out, so they'll be playing. Question is, how good will they be? Lockett is good, from my understanding. The one surprise in this week that kind of came out of nowhere was Chris Carson. Chris Carson, questionable game time decision because of a neck issue. And according to Coach Pete Carroll, it's been sort of a long-term recurring issue that he's had. you know, this is, I don't remember ever hearing about no neck issue. You know, we've had, you know, I mean, he's had, you know, ankle things and stuff like that, but I don't remember him having a neck issue. This is the first time I've really kind of heard of it lately. So, but apparently it's been a recurring long-term sort of thing. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that. But I do feel like if that opens the door for Alex Collins to step in and get a few more touches, well, doggone it, let's make that happen. Because right now he seems to have the hot hand anyway. And so maybe this will be a productive thing to actually not play Carson as much, or if he doesn't play at all, we're going to really need to have Alex Collins step up. So I hope that this isn't a major issue. I would rather have a healthy Carson and Alex Collins in there. But if it's going to come down to Alex Collins, at least we have one. I mean, I'd be really nervous if we didn't have Alex Collins and it just came down to DJ Dallas and Travis Homer, since we don't have Rashad Penny either. So I feel a little bit better that at least Alex Collins is waiting in the wings for his opportunity. So we'll see if that does turn out to be the case, if Carson is definitely out. So what else? There's the obvious things that you could say to pretty much every game about, you know, converting on third down, stopping them on third down. You know, pass rush. We want to be able to put pressure on the quarterback, although Matthew Stafford's only been sacked like 3 times this year. That's compared to ours, we've been sacked like 4 times as much. So the ratio is not in our favor right now. But can we do that? Could we somehow, if we can't pressure Matthew Stafford, well then what can we do? Because so far everything that we've done has really not been very successful until this last game. But then again, we were playing Trey Lance, backup quarterback, and Jimmy Garoppolo was not exactly, he was pretty good up until he got hurt. I personally would like to see, and I think I saw the glimpses of it in this past game, been calling for it for a while. I want to see more press coverage. No, I think the way you slow down, at least disrupt the routes of the Rams receivers, is to jam them at the line of scrimmage. Don't let them get a free release where they can just run full speed and make a cut and be wide open or anything like that. You know, get up in his face and try to jam him there and throw the timing off, because nothing messes up the timing than when the receiver's not where the quarterback thinks he's going to be. I know it's easier said than done, but I feel like we haven't seen anything else that's worked better. And maybe I'll play more nickel or dime defenses with Ryan Neal, who's awesome stepping in at the 49er game. So maybe his addition will open things up. But I feel like I haven't seen that enough. I want to see more of that. And I would rather see that, and yeah, maybe one time somebody gets free for a big play down the field, but at least feel like we're putting up resistance. Because so many times it feels like we're just letting guys run right by, run where they want, and then they're wide open by 5-10 yards. That's frustrating to watch. I would rather guys be in their face, mugging them, you know, press coverage, pump and run, whatever, and just try to give these guys some headaches off the line of scrimmage. So it'll be fun to watch how they attack that. Not this 8 yards coverage, you know, soft coverage where they can just go wherever they want or just run 5 yards and stop, turn around, and get the ball. Jamal Adams. They haven't used him much compared to last year in terms of blitzing, but maybe this is the year, maybe this is the game where they change that up a little bit. You know, they haven't gotten pressure, teams haven't gotten a lot of pressure on Matthew Stafford, but maybe they blitz Jamal Adams a little bit more. I feel like we've got to take some chances. We're going to have to take some chances on defense to be a little bit unpredictable, and that means, you know, blitzing guys when they don't expect it. And if you do blitz, mix it up, hide it, disguise it a little bit more so it's not so obvious. You know, run a few stunts so that the lineman can create some confusion. You know, some guys on the inside moving to the outside, crisscrossing, and then give the corners or blitzing linebackers, you know, a better chance of sneaking in when they're not sure which man to take. Things like that. I mean, I think if we can get some sacks on a guy who's barely been touched this year, it'd be great to just get inside his head a little bit and disrupt some things. So that's what I feel like we could do on defense to try something different that we haven't really done yet. Offensively, you know, I think it's pretty clear what we have to do. It's just how do we do it? I feel like we've got the weapons. I already talked about the run game, and what these guys pissed. I gotta cut him off. Sorry, dude. On offense, we got to work the tight ends in. We're not gonna have Eskridge, but I think we will have Gerald Everett, hopefully. So if he's in there, let's get Disley and Everett some plays. I mean, that's what this offense was meant to be all about, working those tight ends into the equation. So get those guys involved. Obviously, we want DK and Lockett to be involved in the mix, but they'll get their opportunities. But we're gonna have to run the ball, have to throw the tight ends, not force it to those guys. But I feel like if we do the other things, those things will become open. DK will get open, Lockett will get open if we can show that we can have these other facets working. Running back, running game, tight ends. Because if those are there, then I feel like the rest will fall into place. But if we can't run the ball, if we can't get the ball to any other receivers, and they start looking like we're just force feeding the ball to Lockett, Metcalf, it's going to be hunting season for that offensive line led by Aaron Donald, and it's going to become a long day. So we've got to, keep things, moving, and it doesn't have to be a lot. I think if we get 5 yards a pop, 5 to 7 yards, that's fine. It doesn't have to be a bomb. In fact, I think we'd be better that way, because the longer we can keep their offense off, the Rams offense off the field, the more we can wear down the Rams defense, the more we can chew off the clock, burn up yardage, and eventually more things will open up. I know it sounds easy, but this is just not something that normally comes very easy for Seattle. Historically, we've always had this struggle, and they've eaten us for lunch oftentimes, especially at the line of scrimmage. So, believe me, it's easy to say what we'd like to see. It's a whole other thing for them to actually do it. But I guess what gives me a little bit of hope is the fact that the Rams, they did lose pretty badly last week to the Cardinals, and they're not as dominant defensively as they've been in past years. Now, compared to us, I mean, we're about the bottom of the barrel, so not to say that we're any better, but compared to what they had been, they don't seem to be quite as dominant. So that means there might be more opportunities to hopefully run the ball, because Arizona ran all over them last week. So I'd like to see us be able to do some of the same stuff. But, man, if we start this game out 3 and out, get sacks early, like we've seen already this season, it's going to be one of those, oh boy, here we go again. I just don't want to see another, oh boy, here we go again type of start to this game. And so, and same with defense. I've seen the movie. We've seen the bad movie already. And the slow start, the struggles to get first downs, the 3 and outs, that's got to change tonight. And we are, I know everyone's been hyping on it, we're wearing the action greens and we're undefeated in the action greens. So, but we'll take what we can get. I'll lean on that as well. So if that color of uniform playing in prime time that history has any bearing on the outcome of this game, well, doggone it, we'll take any advantage we can get. But a lot of records that we had prior to this have been broken, so you know what I mean. So far out, eventually you gotta just play, execute, and do things a little bit better than your opponent, which Seattle is gonna have to prove it that they can do it tonight, and they're gonna have to do it without some key players like Eskridge, and well, Spencer Mayowa is also questionable, as well as Chris Carson. So I knew it at some point. Chris Carson was going to become unavailable. I just didn't think it would be this soon. At least wait until game 6 or 7, closer to the halfway point. But man, to like week 5 or week 4, whatever we're in, week 5. So that's it. It's a lot going on. I'm looking forward to all this pregame stuff, like I mentioned earlier, in case you didn't catch it at the beginning. I am getting to the game early. I'm going to meet up with Sam Dog down at the corner of the south end of the stadium to try to greet the players as they come out. hype up a little of that action with Sam Dog. That'll be fun. And then if you are watching the game tonight on Fox NFL, I should be making an appearance in a little promo that they're doing for this game during that pregame hour before the game starts. So watch for me on the Fox Network before the game. I'm hoping to hear about it because I won't see it until I get home. But should be pretty cool. Look for some other familiar faces in that video as well. It's a beautiful day, as you can maybe see. It was raining earlier in the week, but today it's mostly blue skies with a few clouds. It's supposed to be pretty clear most of the evening, no chance of rain. So it's going to be a pretty nice night for football. A little chilly, getting out of the 40s by the late part of this game. So, yeah, it's a nice, cool fall day. Great night for football. And we'll see. It's you know, I didn't have a lot of confidence going into that 49er game. I was very hesitant about my initial prediction that we would win the game by field goal, and we did better than that. Now, we had a lot of breaks come our way, including injuries to the starting quarterback and some fumbles and some other fortunate things that came our way. But then again, we did give up a bomb that is inexcusable, but we still won the game. And at first, it started out looking like we had no chance of winning that game, but we still pulled it out. So can they start better this game? Can we finally combine what we've seen all year? It started out where we were playing great in the first quarter or two, and then not showing up in the second half. And then last week, we didn't show up at all in the first quarter and a half, and then things started to turn, and then the second half became all ours. So can we finally put a full game together where we can put a first half good start and a second half finish? That would be wonderful to see, wouldn't it? I mean, I haven't seen it yet. We'd like to see it this year. This game would be a nice time to do it. Prime time, only game tonight, at home. We need this win. It would suck to start off with 2 losses at home. I mean, there was a time when the home field advantage was such a dominant factor, and now it's not quite what it used to be, but we could make it that way. But it's going to take a lot of effort by everyone involved, including for those of you guys who are going to the game. We got to make some noise tonight. We gotta be loud. We got to be loud when the defense and their offense is on the field. And for crying out loud, please do not do the Seahawks chant when we are on offense. I don't know what idiots think that's a good idea, and then what more idiots jump on board thinking it's a good idea, and I think I'll help out. It's not good, okay? I'm just telling you now. Please do not do the Seahawks chant when we have the football, all right? It's gonna happen. There's gonna be some fool who does it, but, and then the third part, please don't be the, so I'm just gonna yell, shut up, as loud as possible, and thinking that's gonna help, because all that does is add to noise, all right? So let's just be smart, folks. All right, I'm almost to Mark's Place. We'll be down at the stadium shortly, and we'll get this thing going. So looking forward to it. Hopefully next time you see me active on the stream, it's gonna be down in the corner of the stadium, waiting for players to come out, along with Sam Dog. Otherwise, the rest of you guys have a great evening. Enjoy the game. Tune into my live stream if you're able to. You can even watch the game on your channel and tune into me and kind of get a little bit of both perspectives. But either way, it's going to be a great night. Looking forward to the excitement. And let's see, what's some news? Something about Philip Dorsett being elevated from the practice squad. So am I reading that right? Is Philip Dorsett possibly playing on the active roster? Breaking news, if that's the case. All right, I'm out of here, guys. We'll see you at the stadium. Go Hawks.